It's 8:34 p.m. ET on Monday, June 30th, 2025, and a bombshell has dropped from one of the world's richest men. Elon Musk has warned that President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill will destroy millions of jobs and cause immense strategic harm to the US. This comes as the Senate races to pass the bill by July 4th. Welcome to Mwaki Insights, where we challenge the narratives shaping our world. I'm your host, and tonight we're diving into Musk's claims, the bill's contents, his motives, and the potential fallout. By the end, you'll see why this could be a turning point, or a political distraction. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community of critical thinkers. Let's uncover the truth together. In a move that sent ripples across the political and economic landscape, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, took to X on June 29, 2025, to vehemently criticize Trump's proposed One Big Beautiful Bill. Musk didn't mince words, branding the bill as utterly insane and destructive. His concerns weren't limited to mere disapproval. He issued a stark warning, stating that the bill would destroy millions of jobs and cause immense strategic harm to the nation's future. Musk argued that the bill disproportionately favors outdated industries clinging to the past, while simultaneously crippling innovative sectors poised to shape the future, such as renewable energy and electric vehicles. This recent outburst echoes his earlier critique on June 3rd, where he labeled the bill a disgusting abomination that would only serve to balloon the national deficit, further burdening future generations. Musk's outspoken opposition adds another layer of complexity to the already heated debate surrounding the controversial legislation. The bill in question, a massive 940-page tax and spending package, has already navigated its way through the House of Representatives last month and is now poised for a crucial Senate vote tonight. The timeline is tight, and the stakes are incredibly high. Musk's pointed claims hinge significantly on specific provisions within the bill that propose cutting existing EV tax credits and scaling back renewable energy incentives. He argues that these cuts would not only stifle innovation, but also directly threaten burgeoning innovation hubs across the country, potentially leading to significant job losses and economic stagnation. While Musk hasn't presented concrete, irrefutable data to support his claims, his warnings resonate deeply with widespread fears of potential economic disruption. This raises critical questions about the bill's true and long-lasting impact on the American economy and its global competitiveness. The debate is intensifying as the Senate vote approaches. Musk's warnings tap into pre-existing and widespread fears of significant economic disruption, prompting serious questions and concerns about the bill's potential long-term consequences and true impact on various sectors. While he hasn't provided definitive hard data to substantiate his specific claims, his vocal statements align with and echo growing concerns voiced by numerous industry analysts and economic experts regarding the future trajectory of American innovation and its ability to compete on a global scale. The potential chilling effect on emerging technologies and the shift towards sustainable practices are at the forefront of these discussions. The analysts are closely monitoring the situation, trying to predict the unpredictable. If you're finding this in-depth analysis valuable and insightful, please take a moment to hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel for more updates and comprehensive coverage, and actively join the ongoing debate and share your perspectives in the comments section. We encourage a respectful and engaging discussion. Also, don't forget to cast your vote in our interactive poll. Will the bill ultimately harm jobs and hinder economic growth? Choose from the options: yes, no, or maybe. Your participation helps us gauge public sentiment and understand the diverse range of opinions surrounding this critical issue. The One Big Beautiful Bill, as it's being called by some, is a sweeping piece of legislation with far-reaching implications. At its core, it extends the 2017 tax cuts enacted under the previous administration, a move that has sparked considerable debate. In addition to the tax cuts, the bill also significantly boosts defense and border security spending by a staggering $350 billion, reflecting a shift in priorities and a commitment to bolstering national security. Furthermore, it addresses the looming debt ceiling issue by raising it to $4 trillion, providing temporary relief, but also raising concerns about long-term fiscal sustainability. According to projections from the Congressional Budget Office, this bill is expected to increase the deficit by a substantial $2.3 trillion over the next decade. This figure stands in stark contrast to claims from the White House, which assert that economic growth spurred by the bill will offset these costs. Adding another layer of complexity, the bill slashes electric vehicle tax credits, a move that could disproportionately affect companies like Tesla, and reduces subsidies for renewable energy sources, potentially favoring traditional energy sectors like coal and oil. The implications of these changes are significant, impacting industries, consumers, and the environment alike. Elon Musk, a prominent figure in the tech industry, argues that this bill effectively shifts jobs and investments away from future-oriented industries and back towards those rooted in the past. He and other critics suggest that the cuts to EV and renewable energy incentives could stifle innovation and hinder the growth of emerging sectors. Speculative estimates suggest that between 2 to 5 million jobs could be at risk, particularly in the manufacturing and technology sectors, as companies grapple with the changing economic landscape. Former President Trump, a key proponent of the bill, is actively pressuring Congress to ensure its swift passage, aiming for a July 4th deadline to showcase its potential benefits. He characterizes the bill as economic jet fuel, suggesting it will ignite growth and prosperity. However, critics like Musk view it as a deficit-fueled gamble, questioning the long-term consequences of such a significant increase in national debt. This divergence in opinion has sparked a heated debate over whose economic projections and analyses to trust, further complicating the decision-making process for lawmakers and the public alike. The White House remains steadfast in its position, insisting that the bill's tax cuts will serve as a catalyst for robust economic growth, stimulating investment and creating new opportunities for businesses and individuals. They argue that the long-term benefits of increased economic activity will ultimately outweigh the short-term costs associated with the deficit. However, critics remain unconvinced, warning that the deficit could spiral out of control, leading to higher interest rates, reduced government spending on essential services, and a potential drag on future economic growth. The debate over whose numbers to trust, the White House's optimistic projections or the critics' more cautious assessments, is intensifying as the Senate vote draws near. The stakes are high, and the outcome of this vote will have significant implications for the nation's economic future. Why is Musk speaking out now, wading into the political arena with such force? His Tesla faces a significant financial hit from potential EV credit cuts, a move that could drastically alter the company's profitability and market share. We've seen Tesla stocks dropping 14% in the immediate aftermath of his public criticism of certain policies, a clear indicator of investor concern. And it's not just talk. He's actively lobbied, spending $240,000 to protect Tesla's interests and ensure the company remains competitive in a rapidly evolving market. Trump, during a June 29th Fox News interview, called Musk wonderful, a seemingly positive sentiment, but he subtly hinted at underlying EV mandate disputes as the root cause of their current disagreements. This suggests a deeper conflict than just surface-level policy differences, potentially softening their earlier, more public feud over subsidies and government support for electric vehicles. The relationship, it seems, is complex and multifaceted, driven by both personal dynamics and significant policy disagreements. Musk's May 31st exit from the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, a somewhat obscure but potentially influential advisory role, came after clashing with Trump over proposed spending cuts. This suggests that the stakes are not merely abstract policy debates but involve very personal and tangible consequences for Musk's various ventures and investments. But beyond the personal, this departure also signals a broader ideological shift, a realignment of Musk's political allegiances and priorities in response to the changing political landscape. Posts found on X, Musk's own platform, show GOP senators deeply divided on the issue. Fiscal hawks, traditionally aligned with conservative principles of limited government spending, are backing Musk's position, while Trump loyalists are pushing the bill forward, seemingly prioritizing loyalty to the former president over fiscal conservatism. Is this purely a matter of self-interest, with Musk protecting his own financial empire? Or is it a principled stand against what he perceives as wasteful government spending and inefficient bureaucracy? The truth, as is often the case in such complex situations, likely blends both motivations, creating a tangled web of personal ambition and ideological conviction. Musk's departure from DOGE, after clashing with Trump over spending cuts, suggests not just personal stakes, such as the potential impact on his companies and investments, but a broader ideological shift in his political alignment. This move could be interpreted as a statement against government overreach and fiscal irresponsibility, aligning him with a more libertarian stance. GOP senators are split. Fiscal hawks, traditionally advocating for lower government spending, back Musk, while Trump loyalists push the bill, indicating a potential fracture within the Republican Party itself. Is this self-interest, driven by Musk's desire to protect his financial interests and business ventures? Or is it a principled stand against what he perceives as wasteful government spending and inefficient allocation of resources? The truth likely blends both, creating a complex and nuanced situation where personal ambition and ideological conviction intertwine. The question remains, what long-term impact will this have on the political landscape and the future of electric vehicle policy? Could Musk be right? If the bill passes, job losses in renewables and tech could hit 5 million, risking recession, especially with a $2.3 trillion deficit. Trump counters that tax cuts and defense spending will spur growth, creating jobs in traditional sectors. Globally, this could weaken US innovation against China's green tech lead, reshaping trade dynamics. The outcome depends on whether Musk's warnings hold or if Trump's optimism prevails. Without concrete data, it's a gamble either way. Globally, this could weaken US innovation against China's green tech lead, reshaping trade dynamics. The outcome depends on whether Musk's warnings hold or if Trump's optimism prevails. Without concrete data, it's a gamble either way. Musk's warning about Trump's one big beautiful bill could signal an economic crisis or be overblown hype. Share this video to spark the debate on jobs and America's future. If you found this analysis vital, like, share, and subscribe to Mwaki Insights. Vote below. Will the bill harm jobs? Thanks for joining this quest for truth, and I'll see you next time. Share this video to spark the debate on jobs and America's future. If you found this analysis vital, like, share, and subscribe to Mwaki Insights. Vote below. Will the bill harm jobs? Thanks for joining this quest for truth, and I'll see you next time.